Hare Krishna, everybody. This is the 16th chapter. We got done with Purushottama Yoga, where the Lord was talking about how we are attached, and He gave the analogy of a tree with its an upside down tree with its roots going upwards and branches going downwards, and He said, "Cut this tree off." Now, how to cut this tree off? We have so many attachments. He said, "Cut it down with the knowledge, with the sword of knowledge." Yeah. Now we'll sharpen that sword of knowledge with this chapter, which is Daivasura Sampad Vibhaga Yoga. Daivi and Asuri. There are two kinds of natures that pretty much everybody has. And the more we study them, the deeper we understand ourselves, the easier it is to process our own emotions and feelings. So the Lord says in the first three shlokas, He says, the Supreme Person of Godhead said, fearlessness, purification of one's existence, cultivation of spiritual knowledge, charity, self-control, performance of sacrifice, study of Vedas, austerity, simplicity, non-violence, truthfulness, freedom from anger, renunciation, tranquility, aversion from fault-finding, compassion for all living entities, freedom from covetousness, gentleness, modesty, steady determination, vigor, forgiveness, fortitude, cleanliness, and freedom from envy and from passion for honor. These transcendental qualities, O son of Bharata, belong to godly men endowed with divine nature. Okay, those are a lot of qualities, many of which we know. Fearlessness, how is it a godly quality? Because a devotee is completely in shelter of the Lord and he has no fear. He knows the Lord will take care, whether it is drought or flood, the Lord will take care. Like Sudama was. Purification of one's existence, of course, we have to be pure in our existence. Cultivation of spiritual knowledge, yes, that is a godly behavior. Charity, yes, we have to share what we have. Self-control, yes. Performance of sacrifice, yes. Study of Vedas, yes. Austerity, tapasya, yes. Simplicity, yes. Non-violence. Now, what is non-violence? Now, some might say, Krishna is asking Arjuna to fight or not fight, because if he's saying non-violence, why didn't Arjuna ever say that, Krishna, you're talking about non-violence and you're asking me to fight? See, here is another reason. Why did Arjuna never say that? I will allow you people to unmute yourself. Right in the beginning, here's a question. The Lord is saying non-violence. Yeah. Why?
Sir, because I guess he was fighting the side of Dharma.
Exactly. Yes, that's the answer. So try to understand non-violence.
Keeping quiet is also a non-violence.
Keeping quiet is bigger violence than not raising the weapon. When you have power to do, when you have the power to bring about a change, you're not supposed to sit down and say, oh, no, I will not do any violence. You keep treating me badly and I want you to feel from inside the guilt and you will give. No, that's not going to happen.
Arjuna's duty also. It's Arjuna's duty to fight now.
Exactly. He is the chosen one and also the Kshatriya. It's his
Exactly.
duty to fight. Now, the definition of violence, that non-violence that we carry around is very, very wrong. We think non-violence means, oh, not raising our voice ever, being very timid. And people will call us Mahatma if we do that behavior. That's not true. Real non-violence, we have to see, we have to look at the society and we have to look at the bigger picture. And that is when you're doing some service to the society, when you're trying to make the society a better place, when you're trying to, make millions of people's life better, it is okay to raise weapon or, try to control one person. There is in the Shastras, in the Vedas, there is a statement which says, for the sake of a town, if one person has to suffer, it's fine. For the sake of a state, if one city has to suffer, it's fine. For the sake of a country, if one state has to suffer, it's fine. And for the sake of a of the world, if one country has to slightly suffer, it's okay, because end meets the cause. So non-violence, we have a very wrong definition today. That's not the definition of non-violence. Truthfulness, of course. Freedom from anger, yes, we will come to that at the end of the chapter. Renunciation, that is vairagya. Tranquility, being tranquil, being always calm. Aversion from fault finding. We should not find too many faults in others. Yes, it's a very common habit. We like to find faults in others, but never in ourselves. That should not happen. This chapter is all about trying to find faults within ourselves. Compassion for all living entities. We should be very compassionate for all living entities. And non-violence doesn't just end. Even the modern definition of non-violence should not end with humans. Non-violence goes across species. Yes, freedom from covetousness, gentleness, modesty, steady determination, sense to us. These were the first 3 shlokas of this chapter. So these are good qualities. Now, Daivasura Sampad Vibhaga Yoga. Now something contrast is going to come. The Lord says in the 4th shloka, Dambo dharpo abhimanascha krodha parushyam evacha Ajnanam chabijatasya partha sampadam asurim. These are asuri. They are very demonic nature. What are they? Arrogance, pride, anger, conceit, harshness, and ignorance. These qualities belong to those of demonic nature. O son of Prathana, what is ignorance? Not knowing. Not knowing is not an option. As soon as you wake up in the morning and you go, this is once what happened. This happened in college once. I was supposed to submit an assignment, but I couldn't. So I said, sir, I did not know today was the last day of submission. So sir said, not knowing is not an option. Not knowing is a bigger mistake than not doing the assignment itself. Because you do not have the permission to not know. This ajnana, ignorance, is that you don't have the permission to not know. You have taken human birth. It's your duty to know. And what it is a duty to know? To know about philosophical matters, to know about dharma. These are ajnana. Not knowing dharma is a bigger sin. It's demonic in nature. Here we can see an elephant. Dambo, darpo, abhimanascha. The elephant. What did the people do to the elephant? Nothing. It just comes and disturbs them. Not all elephants are like this. Some have a reason. Here's the 5th shloka. Daivi sampad vimokshaya nibadna yasuri mata masucha sampadam daivim abhijatosi pandavaha. The transcendental qualities are conducive to liberation. The Daivi, the Lord pointed out there are divine natures, godly natures. They are conducive to liberation. They take you to liberation. Whereas demonic qualities end up making us more bonded in this world. Yeah, we will build on that also in the later shlokas. But the Lord is saying, don't worry, son of Pandu. He's pointing out your son of Pandu. Such a great man, you're his son. Don't worry, you're born with divine qualities. He says, absolutely, don't worry. Here is Arjuna being hinted by Krishna. Krishna is telling Arjuna, don't be like this. Don't say you'll not fight, because if you say you'll not fight, that is demonic. But you're a man of godly qualities. Now get up and fight. They're having their own fun exchange there. In the 6th shloka, the Lord says, O son of Pratha, in this world there are 2 kinds of created beings. We all have experience of this. One is called the divine, the other is called demonic. I have already explained to you at length the divine qualities. Now hear from me the demoniac. The divine were in detail explained. Now let's see in this picture. Here's a thief, here's a murderer, here's someone who's trying to build a chemical for mass destruction, I believe. And here's Stalin, I think that is Stalin. And here are the good people. Here are the divine quality people. They're hardworking. They're looking for some inspiration from the Lord. Here's a hardworking man. So let's build on that. This is the 7th shloka. Pravrittim cha nivrittim cha jana na vidurasura na shaucham na pichacharo na satyam teshu vidyate. Those who are demonic do not know what is to be done and what is not to be done. Neither cleanliness, nor proper behavior, nor truth is found in them. Now, what does it mean? What is to be done? What is not to be done? Both they don't know. Now, this is in this picture we can clearly see. It's now even catching up in India quite fast. This is nightlife. Night is to take rest, Night is to stay indoors, not to have a nightlife outside and drink poison and ruin your lives. Neither do they know cleanliness nor proper behavior. The kind of activities they do when they get together is blasphemous. Neither cleanliness nor proper behavior nor truth is found in them. They're all basically crooks. And from that, what happens? Asatyam apratishtamte jagadahuranishwaram aparaspara sambhutam kimanyat kamahetukam. They say that this world is unreal, that there is no foundation, that there is no God in control, and it is produced of sex desire and has no cause other than lust. Now, I don't know if Lord was talking about this guy, but I cannot think of anybody else when I hear this shloka. This was a guy who said everything is produced out of lust. There is no creator. One bird became a lizard became something else. Then finally a rat became a monkey became human. Makes very little sense. And at the end, what he did, he discovered a lot of species, he says. I don't know what he discovered. The species were not lost. Species were quite happy until they met him. As soon as they met this person, they died because he used to eat every new species he discovered. Did anybody know this? All the species that he discovered, he has cooked and ate them. Quite an interesting person. Then there is this guy who says everything came from nothing. There was something which is unimaginably dense, unimaginably hot, infinitely hot. Sorry, not unimaginably. Infinitely hot, infinitely dense, even before time was there. And as soon as it exploded, that time also started to come from that point out. What is singularity? Singularity is just another way of saying I don't know. If you look up the definition of singularity, because that's what he talks about, he says from singularity everything came. Now, what is the singularity? He says I don't know. So he's saying no, God did not create the world. God did not create the universe. So who created singularity? What is singularity? I don't know. And we people are just astonished by such people. Wow. Now, what is wrong with us? Let's see. Following such conclusion, the demoniac who are lost to themselves, have no intelligence, engage in unbeneficial, horrible works meant to destroy the world. Now let's talk about an unbeneficial work. Now, does anybody know what this is? You can unmute yourself and tell me benefits of this. Anybody? The youngsters maybe? What is this?
Sir, is it a rover?
Is it a what?
Mars rover.
It's a rover. Mars rover. That's a good thing, right? What's wrong in that? Blind man, I'm a man of science, but I don't see a merit in this. Does anybody? Now, what they're planning to do is Mars has no atmosphere. It's filled with toxic gases and all that. Some amount of carbon dioxide too. So what they're planning is with that carbon dioxide, they're planning to grow plants there. With that plants, oxygen will start developing. And then they're saying, let's take humans there because Earth is inhabitable. Now let's go to Mars. Now, I don't know what is inhabitable here. We could all work to make it a better place, but no, these people have already, NASA has already decided that we have to move the human civilization to another planet. Now, I don't know what benefit they find in spending billions and billions of dollars in this mission. And meanwhile, we are busy in the world doing this. We are destroying this world and thinking there is another place where we can be happy. I don't see any merit in that. The demoniac taking shelter of insatiable lust, pride, and false prestige, and being thus illusioned are always sworn to unclean work, attracted by impermanent. They want happiness that is impermanent, that is very temporary. This is the word, this is the analogy Prabhupada gives. They are scratching the itch which they'll have to scratch again tomorrow. Whereas It should be known that if you keep scratching, it's going to start bleeding. There is no point to it. Even if I scratch it today, I'll have to scratch it tomorrow. Even if I don't scratch it today, I'll have to scratch it tomorrow. What is the point in scratching it? A very young kid is not going to understand. An ant bit him, he'll just sit scratching himself until it bleeds, and then he'll be like, oh, it hurts. But so-called adults, so-called civilized grown-ups, we should know that it is pointless, but we don't. They believe that to gratify the sense unto the end of this life is prime necessity of human civilization. When was it last time that when you had some fun, when you ate something really yummy, that you felt ananda, bliss? Never. You felt some comfort. You felt your stomach getting full. There was some temporary sense enjoyment in the palate region, but was it everlasting? Absolutely not. It was just an itch that you'll have to scratch again tomorrow. And the thing is, if tomorrow you'll not be able to scratch it this well, you will regret it. You ate something really yummy today, and tomorrow, if you don't get it, you're sad. Why? Your stomach got full. No, no, I'm so sad. Yesterday's was so much better. Was it though? I'll give it again to you today. It's like, oh, this is all. I thought it was much better. It's all up in here. Thus, there is no end to their anxiety. Being bound by hundreds and thousands of desires, by lust and anger, they secure money by illegal means for sense gratification. This is Asuri. Now it's going on getting deeper and deeper into the demonic tendency. The demonic person thinks, so much wealth do I have today, and I will gain more according to my schemes. So much is mine now, and it will increase in the future, more and more. He is my enemy, and I have killed him, and my other enemy will also be killed. I am the Lord of everything. I am the enjoyer. I am perfect, powerful, and happy. I am the richest man surrounded by aristocratic relatives. There is no one so powerful and happy as I am. I shall perform sacrifices, and I'll give some charity, and thus I shall rejoice. In this way, such persons are deluded by ignorance. We have many such examples. Even in today's world, even in Shastriya time, there was Hiranyakashipu, there was Kamsa who was willing to kill his own dear sister, and there was Ravana who was willing to kidnap his own mother. So, what did they ever find happiness? Were they happy at any point of time? Yes, Hiranyakashipu was basically the king of the world. So was Ravana for a given amount of time. Was he happy? No, he wanted more and more. And even in this world, we see a small person wants some food. Once his belly is full, he becomes, once Annamaya is done, he becomes Pranamaya. He wants security. Once security is done, he starts plotting terrible ideas. Thus, perplexed by various anxieties and bound by a network of illusion, one becomes too strongly attached to the sense enjoyment and falls down into hell. Falls down. The keyword is down. We'll discuss that in the upcoming slides. Bewildered by false ego, strength, pride. False ego is bodily identification. Me thinking I'm this body. Oh, I'm so tall. Oh, I'm so intelligent. False ego. False ego, strength, pride, lust, and anger, the demon becomes envious of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is situated in his own body and in the bodies of others, and blasphemes against the real religion. This is recorded in Srimad Bhagavatam. Once Hiranyakashipu is angry. He's always angry. This time he was especially angry, and finally he's like, "I'm going to kill you, my son. Where is this God of yours who will save you?" So, yeah, I'm sure everybody knows this. Yeah. So he says he's everywhere. She says, what do you mean everywhere? He's everywhere. Where? Point to him. So the son points to his father himself, and father, he says he's there. And the father says, ha, 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 finally you've reached intelligence. You accept that your father is God. He says, no, no, God is in you. He is providing you with this energy to talk against him. He is the one who is giving you food. He is the one who is giving you air, which you're breathing and exhaling to blaspheme the God. He is everywhere, and you're just offending him. Why don't you do one thing, Papa? Why don't you become happy? Just surrender to him. Just chant his names with me and you will become happy. Just try it, he says. And father says, I will kill you now. Point to me where he is. Is he in this pillar? I'm sure from here onwards, you know what happens. Narasimhadev just comes out and tears him apart. So, he is situated in everybody's body, but still somehow we find a reason. Not us, we are now, I hope we are not in that stage, but at some point of our life, we did have some questions. Why do you do this to me? Why did you do this to me? Why me? I did so much good things in life. Still like this, it's happening. We find a way to blame him for our deeds. Why cavity in my mouth? You didn't brush teeth better. Didn't I give you brush and toothpaste? Yes, but why? Why I got diabetes? Because you ate so much sweet. No, but no, it's your fault. We just find a way to blame him for everything. Those who are envious and mischievous, who are the lowest among men, are cast by me into the ocean of material existence, into various demoniac species of life. Again, here you have to see the love that God has. If you hate him really a lot, he will send you among people who hate him a lot. He is not hating you. Imagine Shishupala. Take this guy's example. Everybody knows Shishupala. Shishupala was such a hater of God, such a hater of Krishna. Everybody knows Shishupala, right? Yeah? Yeah. So Shishupala was such a hater of God. Krishna was so merciful to him. He said, go spend time with Rukmi, spend time with Jarasandha, all the people that hate me, enjoy with them. He wanted to love Krishna, he'll surround you with devotees. If you want to hate him, he'll surround you with demons. Whatever you want, whatever desires you have, he will fulfill. You want to believe that demigods can fulfill your desires, demigods can make you happy. He will give you that faith in the demigods. In the upcoming chapters, he will tell. If you hate him, he will surround you with people that hate him, so that you feel confident about yourself. Oh, so many people hate God. I'm one of them. I think I'm one of the best here. See, he gives you company. He will never let you be alone. He'll never throw you aside. The Lord says, I cast them into material existence, into various demoniac species of life. That's because we enjoy it. That's why he gives us that. Attaining repeated birth amongst the species of demonic life, such persons can never approach me. Gradually, they sink down to the most abominable type of existence. We just go on sinking down and down and down, not against our will. We are enjoying it. We want to enjoy like cats and dogs. So he gives us cats and dogs form. And then when we become cats and dogs, we regret. We're like, oh, this life is not fun. I wanted to have, mad fun like dog. But now I became a dog. It's not fun anymore. I have to starve sometimes. This is not fun. I want to become a human again. You become a human again. Now that you're human, that you have an opportunity to make your life better. No, you want again to enjoy. In human body, you want to enjoy like cats and dogs. God is confused. He's like, what do you want? You want to become dog or human? Dog. Go become a dog. Now you want to become a human. We're just jumping up and down. Trividam narakasyedham dwaram nashanam atmanah kama krodha tata lobhas tasmadetat trayam tyajet. There are 3 gates leading to this hell: lust, anger, and greed. Every sane man should give these up, for they lead to the degradation of the soul. We have in the Shastras examples of people who are just overtaken by lust, anger, and greed. Yeah, does anybody know? Lust, it is said Ravana was embodiment of lust. Yeah, like that. For anger, who do you think was the embodiment? Just pure anger. Does anybody know?
Hiranyakashipu.
Yes. And greed, what do you think? Any guesses?
Duryodhana.
Yeah, but better than Duryodhana? Kamsa. He said, everything is mine. Who is this Krishna? Bring him here. He thought even Krishna belonged to him. Now that is the definition of greed. So these 3 gates lead to hell, and when we are told what should we do, we should stay away from it. But the funny thing is, now I'm asking you, now that I'm showing you this pit of fire, do you think people go here? It's in Turkmenistan. It's called something. It's called some Spanish word. But do you think it's a smart idea to go here? Is anybody here willing to go here? Does anybody want to fly out to this pit of fire?
No.
I'm sure nobody. No, right? but you won't believe it's a very, very popular tourist spot. There are millions of people visiting this every year. That is the joke of this Kali Yuga. Now we will build on that. Just give me 1 second. This is a tourist spot. It's called Gate of Hell, and people are just going mad. Let's take a takeaway from here. The society has been deteriorating from millions of years. From past few thousand years, the rate of deterioration has steeply risen. This has been happening from a long time. Now, why is that? Because the society used to be guided by really great saints and sages in the earlier times. If you point out to Satya Yuga, whether it is Treta Yuga, and even in Dwapara Yuga, there were really, the number of great sages went on decreasing. But now we have none. There are nobody left. There is barely 0.0001% of the society is able enough to lead. But are they leading us? No. This is why the society is just going down lower and lower. The things that you could never have imagined are happening on news right now. And I don't want to even talk about them. We are attracted to vices and repelled by virtues in this Kali Yuga. If someone has really good qualities, we're like, wow, good for him. That's good for him. And if someone has really bad habits, you're like, oh, that's interesting. I want to learn that. And this is not conscious. This is not how we think. We're not like, oh, this guy smokes, looks fun, I will learn it from him. No, it doesn't happen consciously, I hope. Just subconsciously, we are attracted to this, and someday we are like, someday I'll try this when I'm old enough. Kids today are watching all these movies and shows. They're like, oh, that looks fun, I'll try it someday. And once they get out of the house, when they get freedom, they will try it out because they will be surrounded by people who will give them ill advice. Now, for example, let's discuss this. You're having a trip. You're going somewhere. You're going to some place, and there's a temple. There's a Lord Ram temple over there, and the car is going. How many of you, let's say 5 people in the car, how many of you are going to turn to look at the temple? Give me a rough estimate. Out of 5 people in the car, how many are going to turn and look at this temple? I want answers now. Give me answers. Out of 5, how many?
1.
1. Okay, who is that?
Arnav.
Or you will turn and look at the temple?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, very nice. How many? Out of 5, how many will turn?
5.
Maybe the
Out of
driver.
5, 5.
3.
All.
The turns.
Maybe 2 to 3.
And 7.
Okay, let's take a rough estimate. Let's not say 5 on 5. Let's be real. Maybe, yes, maybe. I'm sure you people are there. But give
2
me
to 3.
a general. In today's world, out of 5, how many will see?
3.
Today's world at
One.
least
One.
will see.
1. You have to go with 1.
Yeah, that's what I would also go with. I would also go with 1. But I'm not saying it's wrong. Maybe you're driving, the driver shouldn't turn. There is some, we will give justifications to everything. But today's world, maybe 1 or out of 5, maybe 2 will turn. But what if it is a car crash? There is a terrible car crash. Car is in pieces. The door is open. The one wheel is gone somewhere else. Police is there and people are crying. Now you unmute yourself and tell me out of 5, how many will turn and see?
All 5.
Okay. Here there is no doubt, right?
Yeah.
Even the driver is going to stop the car for a minute. He'll say, enjoy this view, family. Let's have fun. Forget the destination. Yahi picnic ho gaya. This is the world we're living in.
No, Prabhu, I will not.
Okay, I'm not saying you are. I'm pointing out to today's society that we live in. Please don't take this personally. I'm sure you're not. You're in the 16th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. I'm not saying you. I'm saying we're surrounded by people who stop at a car crash and enjoy the scene, but they're not going to stop in front of a temple. You might not be in that case. I congratulate you on that. But we are a part of the society. You can, vote a yes if you agree and vote a no if you disagree. If you think our society is not like that, I think you are a very good person, that you don't see bad in others. That's a big thumbs up from me. But we should know where we are. We should know the world we live in so that we know what to avoid and what not to avoid. Okay, I hope this example has made some sense. Now, what's the takeout from this? This is what media feeds on. Media knows exactly what is going to turn heads. The media is not going to tell you that a new temple opened in your town, that there is a new temple opening, or there's a new any good activities. They're not going to tell you, hey, here's something nice, listen to this. Never. When was the last time you heard a good news on the news channel? Give me a yes if you have heard a good news. I mean, not now. It's we are surrounded by bad news right now. But have you ever heard a good news on the news? Okay, one yes I got, and I would like to know what it was. Yes, what was it? Okay, never mind. Now they know exactly what we want, and that's why they feed us garbage. So what? And again, I'm not saying we. I'm saying the society is feeding on garbage. That's why the media is giving us garbage, whether it is news channel or the songs or the movies or TV shows, whatever it is. We like garbage. They are feeding us garbage. Don't blame them. We have to blame ourselves, and we have to stop watching this. Stop this nonsense. Stop drinking this poison. There is no good news out there. Or whether even WhatsApp you can take in that family WhatsApp groups. Rarely anything good you get to hear. This is the 22nd shloka. A man who has escaped these three gates of hell, O son of Kunti, performs acts conducive to self-realization and thus gradually attains the supreme destination. Now you see here, the downward fall of the man was given, and here he is rising up. Now why is that? We will build on that. Here it is. What is the definition of success? There are around 35 people in this meeting right now, and I'll get 33 answers to what is success. But let us see. Is falling down success or rising up success? If it is rising up, give me a yes. If it is falling down, give me a no. What is success? Going up or going down? Yes, going up. Rising up. Now, which of these two will take effort, you think? Rising up or falling down? Which is going to take effort? If it is rising up, again, give me a yes. If it is falling down, give me a no. Rising up takes effort. Where are most people found? Up or down? Up is yes, down is no. Majority of the people are down. Okay, now I've got you in a corner. Okay, majority of the people are down. Up is where success is, and still we think corporate success, earning money, being settled, being well established in life, economically independent is happiness. Aren't majority of the people in today's society economically independent and yet not happy? We are not seeing the world straight. We think earning money, being well settled, having a nice car, having a big house is happiness. Whereas we are surrounded by society where 90% of people have got all of this. And you just said majority of people are found down. So hence proven that all these people that we are looking up to are actually down. And we're just aspiring to be that because it's easier. It is very much easier to be materialistic, but very difficult to be spiritual. At least it looks like that in the beginning. It looks like a lot of effort to be spiritually inclined. But once you start, it's not that difficult. And which has better outcome, being materialistically oriented or spiritually oriented? What do you think? Give me a yes if it's spiritually oriented. Give me a no if it is materially oriented. Who has a better outcome? Who is happier in life? Who is, willing to face challenges? Who will never fall down? Is it very, very rich person or very, very spiritually inclined person? Who was happier, Sudama or Kamsa? Kamsa had everything, yet he wanted more. Sudama had nothing and he wanted nothing. Who was happier? For some reason, we know that it was Sudama, but we fear to be Sudama because, it looks like so much pain. But Sudama never thought it was pain. That is because we have our priorities are completely messed up. Again, I will tell you, there are three things in life. There is body, our mind, and our soul, of course. The body wants sukha, that is comfort. Our body wants comfort. You can write this down, comfort. Our mind wants peace. And the soul wants nothing but ananda, that is bliss. But our priority is first comes, tell me what's the, and again, I'm not saying ours, matlab not ours. What is the human civilization's priority? What comes first, comfort Comfort, peace, and happiness. What comes first?
Sir, comfort.
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 Why is it? What should come first? What should come?
Peace.
Huh? What should come first?
Peace.
Bliss.
Happiness.
P-E-A-S-E
Okay. Kids stay out. Adults answer. What should come first?
Peace.
Yes. Yes, Mataji, adults can better answer this. We want happiness, and once there is happiness, you even forget that there was something called as peace and comfort. You have no interest in any of that. Why are we so upside down? Again, because of media. TV is only going to show you ads of people who are sitting on nice beds and they say, oh, sleep like a baby, sleep for years or something, some advertisement. Then they'll show a man in a car. He is actually comfortable, but his face looks like he's happy. No man is ever smiling like that when he sits in a car. He'll be like, okay, this is quite comfortable, but he'll not be like, as if he has seen God. No, it never happens. But the media has told us that comfort is happiness, beta. No, you are completely mistaken. Comfort is not happiness. Comfort is momentary. As soon as I get off the car, I am not happy. As soon as I get off the car, I am actually nervous. Anybody who has a big car here can agree that whenever let's say you have a big car, let's say some Mercedes or whatever. As soon as you park it and you have to go somewhere, you are now nervous. You're like, kya hoga? What area is this? Will somebody come and, release some of the air from the tire? Will someone just will someone break the side view mirror? You're just worried. The bigger the car you have, the more the worries you have. Can you agree? Yes or no? The bigger the car you have, the more worried you are. You're never going to smile like this and get off your Mercedes. You'll be like, oh, where am I parked? Is there a police station nearby? Can I trust the police? That's what you're going to think like. You're not going to be happy with a bigger car. You're going to be more comfortable. You'll get from point A to point B comfortably, but your happiness is going to drastically decrease. Because even if you're going to for a meeting of a very big importance, still you're thinking about the car. I hope some kids have not come and scratched the car. Anxiety has increased. That's what the Lord was saying. You fall lower and lower and your anxiety goes higher and higher. The bigger the house you have, the more security guards you need. The bigger dogs you need. The bigger insurance you need. Anxiety increases with comfort. Peace of mind, forget it. Let's not even talk about it. But sukha is so easily accessible. And when you have sukha, sukha is accessible, yes. But ananda is so much more worth. Once you get that bliss, once you get that happiness of spiritual happiness, you will lose any interest in sukha. You will be like, what was I doing in this car? I could, in this traffic, anyway with this car, I cannot get from point A to point B faster. This car, that car, actually cycle goes faster in a traffic jam. And I'm sure people from big cities can agree. A cycle, you can actually see a cycle just pass and you're like, am I doing something wrong with my life? Yes, you are. You think sukha, you think comfort is the end of everything. Sorry. The thing is, we all know that every 2-3 years we think, oh, this car not making me happy. Maybe that will, because it has some brighter headlight. No, it's not going to make you happy. It's just going to make you more and more depressed. What we have to strive for is happiness, and the only source of eternal, non-stop, infinite happiness is the Lord. Just try, just start japa, just do 1 round of japa every day, and you can tell me how it feels. यह शास्त्र विधिम उत्सृज्य वर्तते कामकारतः न स सिद्धिमवाप्नोति न सुखम न परम गतिम. But he who discards scriptural injunctions and acts according to his own whims attains neither perfection nor happiness nor the supreme destination. Shastras have clearly mentioned no meat eating, no illicit sex, no sex outside marriage, no gambling, no intoxication, and yet people are doing that thinking they'll be happy. And somehow we are shocked when people do this and still are not happy. They're not happy because Shastras have said that this is not the source of happiness. Shastras have prescribed this is to be done for happiness. Just quit all this and by default you'll be happy. Just quit all this. Just lead a sattvic life. Sattvic people are always smiling. I'm talking about sattvic by day before yesterday's definition. Sattvic people who are by nature calm and cool. We were talking in the Triguna Vibhaga Yoga, Gunatraya Vibhaga Yoga. That in Gunatraya Vibhaga Yoga, we were discussing how a sattvic person is situated in knowledge and is happy. He does not do meat eating, he does not do drinking alcohol, he does not smoke tobacco, nor does he use drugs. But you just see that he's happy. He is happy. He's not duplicitous either. How is it? Because Shastra have given us, these are the ways to happiness. Just try it. The thing is, it's like bitter medicine. Basically all the medicines even today are bitter. Especially Ayurvedic medicines are very bitter. Yes, they are bitter only here, but once they go inside, the reaction, the result that they have in the body is very sweet. And what do you want? The sweet taste or sweet reaction? Again, you can unmute yourself. Do you want sweet poison or bitter medicine? Kids will say sweet poison.
Bitter medicine. Bitter medicine. Bitter medicine, sir.
Bitter medicine.
Now on-
medicine, sir. Bitter medicine, sir.
So I hope your parents are listening now. So next time when they come and give you medicine, you don't say, it's bitter. I don't know how old you people are. Sounds like you're quite young. When I was young, especially, I absolutely did not like medicine because it's bitter. But it's bitter, but it has a good reaction. Now I like bitter medicine because that's called maturity. Now grow up, say no to sweet poison. Let's say no to sweet poison and say yes to bitter medicine. And bitter medicine is what Shastras prescribe. They say, do this. It might seem hard, but try it and see the result. Well, you try and see the result and you will never be willing to go back to the old life, to the old miserable life. Tasmat Shastram Pramanam te Karya Akarya Vyavastito Gnatva Shastra Vidhanuktam Karma Kartum Iharhasi. One should understand what is duty and what is not duty by the regulations of the scriptures. Knowing such rules and regulations, one should act so that he may gradually be elevated. We should see what the Shastras say. If Shastra says this is to be done, you can try your own way out. You can try to do what is told in Shastra not to be done and become miserable for 5 or 10 years. Then say, okay, now let me try what Shastra says to do. You can practice it for a few months and you say, oh, I should have tried this right in the beginning. I just wasted 10 years. There's a popular saying. It says, yes, mistakes are the best way to learn, but there isn't enough time to make all the mistakes in the world. Are you willing to, trial and error your whole life, make all the possible mistakes, and when you're 80 or 85 years old, say, I should have followed the right path, and maybe I would have been happy today. Once, an atheist, the founder Acharya of ISKCON, and he said, Prabhupada, this is Swamiji, what if at the end of your life you come to know God doesn't exist? Won't this whole life have been a waste? Prabhupada said, I have led a very pure life. I'm happy. I'm making so many people happy. I'm spreading happiness across the globe. You answer me, if at the end of your life, if you realize that God exists, wouldn't you regret? And the man just did not respond. He just had nothing to say. So on that note, this chapter ends, and now let's have a question answer session. Let's discuss. You can use the chat box as well if you want to. Yes, Hare Krishna, anybody?
Why, Prabhuji, why initially this chapter started with only 26 qualities, a very short length of description of the divine qualities, and at a descriptive level, at a lengthy level, all the bad qualities, asura.
Because this scripture was given at the end of Dwapar Yuga, and Kali Yuga was about to start. The joke is, even if 100 good qualities are given, the irony is we people will find a mistake in that quality. For example, in the definition of Bhagavan, one of the attractive features is said to be Vairagya. But today, if I say Vairagya is an attractive feature, there'll be a huge debate saying Vairagya is not a beautiful feature, it's a scary feature. I'm afraid of Vairagya. We people in Kali Yuga have such distorted vision that we cannot see good qualities as good qualities, but we see bad qualities as good qualities. That's why the Lord is pointing out, saying these are bad qualities, no matter who does it. Now, this was the discussion I was having earlier with my family. I was saying, if you give enough time and if you give enough, exposure, opportunity to a person, they will find a way to glorify even Lankini. You know who is Lankini, right? Lankini was such a great woman. She was the one of the first empowered women. She was the beacon of femininity. She was feminism. These people will come up and say she was so great. Even against Hanuman, she stood. Even if Hanuman came, she did not leave her duty. She was always there to guard the demon king Ravan. Such a great woman. Look at Hanuman, illegal immigrant. Did he have permission to come to Lanka? No. Still he came. What a nonsense monkey. This is media, that this is the age we live in. We don't say good qualities, but bad qualities quickly will say good. Such a great lady. Although she knows it is wrong, still she stood guard for Ravan. Now, this is the kind of determination that we need in today's youth. So let us start naming our children Lankini. This is the world we live in. Wouldn't you agree with me? I'm not saying you are. Please don't take offense. I'm saying this is the world we live in. That is why Krishna is talking more about bad qualities, so that immediately within myself I see a bad quality. Like me, I'm finding a fault in Lankini. I should not. I'm sorry about that, Lankini Mataji. But it is good, no? If I see the bad qualities that are mentioned in the Shastras, I have to quickly read and make sure that doesn't come in me. That is why the Lord is quickly telling these are bad qualities. Just take care of these. Good qualities will automatically come. Make sure there are no flies and machars in your garden. Automatically honeybees will come. That is why Lord is saying this is machar, this is fly. Shoo, chase it away. Honeybees will automatically come. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes.
And one more question is, Prabhu, as you said, okay, we should follow the scriptures, and we should find a guru, and we should surrender to him, or get knowledge or something. How do I know? How do I go which guru? And as you said, correct. It should be in parampara, right? I understood that. Guru will choose me, or I should search for him, or how is that process? I don't know.
Everybody says, I want, which guru should I choose? Don't feel like answering such question. It hurts me. You don't choose a guru chooses you, but then again, you should also participate. So what you do?
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I don't know.
Krishna has clearly stated, he says, in the previous chapter, he said, you have to go to a guru. Tadvidhi pranipatena, pariprashnena sevaya, upadeshyanti te jnanam, jnanena tattvadarshana. You go to a guru. You reveal your heart and you don't demand answer. You say, Guruji, this is my problem. I'm not able to find answer to these questions. Answer me now. That's not the attitude. You go, you present, you say, I'll do some service to you. My Guru is going to take you back to God. So you do some service. And in return, he will show you, because he has seen. Jnanina tattvadarshana. He has seen it as it is, so he can tell you, I'm not that person. I'm absolutely not that person. Maybe when you join for Bhakti Raksha, you will be able to see what Guru is, who Guru is. I hope you join Bhakti Raksha and learn Bhagavatam.
Yeah, sure, Prabhu, sure.
And he will answer you correctly. I'm not even in that level yet.
Prabhu, as you said, okay, that fourth principle is fight. Okay, that I understood that. Okay, we should do that. Actually, we should. It's not some that is completely wrong. Actually. Okay, that is understood. Why onion garlic is no, we are not supposed to eat.
Forget about onion garlic right now. Forget about onion garlic. That we'll do later. First letters build a car with proper tires. Wheel alignment we'll do later. As long as there are 4 tires, the car will go somewhere. Wheel alignment we'll see later. That onion garlic and we can do that.
Sure. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Prabhuji. So this Bhagavad Gita, we understood that it is the knowledge given by Supreme God to Arjuna. Then what about this Bhagavatam is all about? That it's some little bit of introduction. So what is all about? So can you just guys throw some
I'm not
light
even
on that?
qualified to talk about.
Now, what is
I'm not
Bhagavatam?
even
Yeah.
qualified to talk about Bhagavatam. What is Bhagavatam? I can tell you. Introduction, I cannot tell you. I'm nobody. Bhagavad Gita is conversation between Krishna and Arjuna. Little bit Krishna tells you, I am this, I am that. Among fishes, I am shark. In water, I am taste. Among Pandavas, I am Arjuna. He tells you a little bit about him. He says, I am the source of Am Sarvasya Prabhamatta Sarvaprabhate Iti Mattva Vachanti Mabhutava Samanate. He says beautiful things about himself. But always remember, the Lord is never going to reveal complete truth about himself because he doesn't want to. He is talking to Arjuna. Arjuna knows everything about him. So it gives very limited. He ends in maybe 500 slokas the Lord spoke. He says, Lord spoke 500 statements and that was it. But now in Bhagavatam, the greatest of the great devotees of the Lord come. Who? Prahlad Maharaj, Vedvyas, Shukamuni, Kapila Muni, all the great devotees of the Lord come. Shiva, and now they are talking about Lord. Can you stop them? Once a devotee starts talking, once a real pure devotee of the Lord starts talking, you cannot stop them. Hence, Bhagavatam goes for 18,000 slokas. It's like you're being completely drowned in sugar syrup, but in a good way. Sukamuni finished it in 1 week, non-stop he spoke for 24/7. Literally, that was the first thing that ever happened, 24/7. We said 24/7, it means nothing. Bhagavatam originally was spoken by Shukamuni to Parikshit Maharaj 24/7. And if you do it 24/7 also, if I do, it's no use. If you listen also, it's no use. It should be done in a very slow, systematic manner. I don't know, Mother. It will take years together, but don't worry. Don't think it's like, don't take it as a burden. Take it as an you'll enjoy it. I promise you that.
24/7 for 7 days, right?
Non-stop
Guruji?
24 hours for 7 days. Not a sip of. I drink so much water when I'm talking. Shukamuni did not drink one sip of water, and nor did Parikshit Maharaj wink once. Maybe once or twice he winked. He was like, "Oh, my Lord is so beautiful. Yeah, my father with my father. Yeah, and my grandfather. Wow, beautiful, beautiful." We cannot do all that. We are not in that level at all. So we have to dilute it and take it little by little by little. Yeah. Hare Krishna, everybody. Thanks for your time.